Chad Gable breaks kayfabe. Welcome back to Fog Wrestling. Some people will argue this ain't breaking kayfabe, but let's just get straight into it, alright? So Chad Gable took to Twitter today at 2 p.m. Obviously, don't know what time it was, American, what 9 p.m. He woke or 9 a.m. Sorry, he woke up, man, before he had his scrambled eggs and needed to put over Penta. We even got Rob Van Dam in the corner here. Oh, Rob Van Dam is hosting Penta Shines in WWE Raw debut. Ooh, Penta, oh baby, don't you know your way? Penta, Penta, Penta. It's just like, what's happening with wrestling, man? Why are we all pretending that, lucha, lucha? Yo, and I don't want to seem like we're being overly negative on Penta, but it's because everyone is being overly hyped and overly positive on the guy. Is the guy the worst guy employed by WWE? Nowhere near, right? There's 100 million people, I mean not 100 million, but 100 people worse than the guy. But you would honestly be led to believe that, you know, Tony Khan has lost like the NWO and Rock Austin, Triple H, Michaels, Taker, Kane, man, all these guys. No, he lost a guy that was a tag team wrestler that was alright and he wore a mask, right? And you know what? I think Beer Guy said it in the comments. Shout out to Beer Guy, channel legend. Did WWE present him in a better way than AEW did? Yeah, they actually hyped him up as a big deal. They've hyped it up for weeks. So that is the praise that I will give towards WWE. But I just don't understand this. Like, we're trying. I mean, you could maybe say, well, at least WWE are making a big deal out of him. And yeah, at least WWE are trying something. I will actually give praise for that, because if this guy just came in cold, then you couldn't really complain about your cold cup of tea at the end of the day. But at least they've tried there. But the reality is, there's nothing to try about. The guy's not that good. Can we just reel it in? I'm seeing people talk about world championships. Oh, he should win the Rumble. What are we doing? What are we doing? Alright? Seriously? Come on. Anyway, Chad Gable said, and I quote tweet, I detest Penta, luchadors and losing, but last night was a reminder as to why I fell in love with this beautiful, artistic expression of physicality in the sport of professional wrestling when I was 5 years old, and I've been obsessed with it ever since. I felt so alive. End of tweet. Right. Yo, Chad Gable can tweet this all he wants, right? And at least at the beginning of the tweet, he addressed the fact that he hates losing, he hates luchadors, and he hates Penta, right? But the reality is, Kurt Angle, people compare him to Gable, or Gable to Angle, sorry, that's definitely the way it is. Could you imagine Kurt Angle, after WrestleMania 19, putting this tweet out? I detest Brock, big bastards, and losing. But last night was fantastic. I love wrestling. Ever since I was 5, the 96 Olympics, man. Brilliant. I felt so alive, despite losing. To me, this just like breaks kayfabe even more. Triple H, I mean, coming out in press conferences, literally say, "Yo, it's fake, pal." Kayfabe's dead, right? We all know the cat's out the bag, but Jesus Christ, we don't need to do it every 3 seconds, do we? It's like last week as well, you know, with The Rock pandering to Netflix, and Triple H in the press conference was worse, man. At least with The Rock, he could. I'm just sick of this breaking of the kayfabe. Like, it's like watching a fucking Deadpool movie. At least that's his style, though. You know, like breaking the fourth wall and things like that. I just don't get this. So yeah, let's have a wee look at tweets that people have said towards Chad Gable. That was a great match. Pat says, Chad, last night you showed the world why you are one best, and thank you for showing us why that is, and also thank you WWE and Penta. Show us why we him, and show WWE. Aye, Pat, come back when you can fucking string a sentence together, son, and maybe I'll read it. Joseph says, you fellas crushed it last night. There's a reason Papa H put you, Gable, in the ring while Penta for his debut, a night and match to remember. Well, why didn't he do it last week? I'll tell you why, because it was fucking shite. Know what I mean? Anything worth a damn got put on the show last week. That's just the reality of it. That goes for Gunther, who's fucking garbage, by the way, and that goes for Penta. Thunder Chicken says that was a great match. Paul Gridder says the whole thing was awesome. Great dance partners, says Paul Anderson. Darius Barakat says you put on a great match, Master Gable. Put the belt on Chad Gable. Eric says amazing performance, Chad versus Penta 2. I need us. Then Matt ends it with great match. The match was fine, right? I mean, there was a few botches in there. I mean, he fell off the ropes, which isn't exactly great in his debut. But here, Rey Mysterio fell off the ropes in his, so maybe, maybe there's. But also calling him the second best Lucha Libre guy of all time. Like I get it, he's nowhere near. I mean, he's nowhere near the top five. We're being brutally honest, man. But the reality is, I think labeling yourself as the second best is just fucking cheap. They shouldn't give him that tag. You don't want to be second best. You want to be the best. So yeah,